talking about styles evolving, what was your sort of mindset in coming into the Black Samson album?
Well, basically, the whole nostalgic era of the blaxploitation movies and the karate movies that shaped and molded me to who I am today. So that's what I wanted to capture in them elements. And Mandingo does a good job of doing both because it has the karate flick elements in it, but then it also have the soulful elements in it too. But it also has that up-tempo Wu-Tang hard driving beat.
Yes.
So, and because it had that and it did feel real nostalgic, and now I understand better as far as producing songs, I knew exactly what it needed. And one of the key elements it needed was Blue Raspberry. So I had to take it back to Blue Raspberry on it because it wouldn't be no Alicia Delph without her, or the Rainy Days, or Ice Cream with her in the background.
So many like classic songs that she was ingredient in that.
Yeah. And her voice is so soulful. And she was like, well, what do you want me to sing about this? I said, nothing. I said, I just need you to do what you do. Just give me that. And she gave it to me perfectly.
Wow.
And then, everybody else came through, murdered their parts. And I got to show that I'm still a DJ on it, do some scratches on it.
Love that. So, like, we spoke earlier that Black Samson is not a compilation. A lot of times that gets used when it's a producer helming it. But this was something that you crafted. You had a sound, a story that you were doing. I wonder, Wu-Tang has so many members, so many personalities, and I imagine it can be difficult, even wrangling schedules. When you, let's just say for this one, when you made this beat, do you sort of have an inkling of, I think this person will sound good on it? Or are you kind of casting it out and seeing what people do with it, and then that determines what makes the cut?
Well, now I understand that the voices are instruments too. So I do hear this individual on it, this one on here, and this one on here. But I'm not, at the same time, with this type of beat, I think anybody from the clan could have murdered it and flipped it. Yeah, but and it's a 4-minute song already.
Right.
And actually it was a little shorter because the last one to get on was Meth. Meth I wasn't even going to put Meth on the track.
Okay.
And Meth heard it. We was on the road and he heard it. He said, yo, wait, why I'm not on that track? I was like, you want some?
Right.
I said, still a little time. He said, you sure? I said, it's a little time, bro. You can get on it. He said, send me the instrumental. And I sent him the song as it was, and I sent him the instrumental. And he murdered it. And,
It's crazy. I have an interesting theory, and I talked about this on past episodes with my sometimes co-host, Midas the Beast. We talk about how Method Man has always been dope, but in a way, he is even greater as a writer in 2025 than he was in 95. Like, the voice has always been dope, right? He has one of the best voices in hip-hop.
Right.
But his pen game has gotten so much more intricate. And again, I'm not taking away from, obviously, the 90s was the classics, right? Yeah. But, like, writing-wise, he's on a completely different level at this point.
Yeah, well, Meth always been crazy. Meth always been... You can't find a weak verse from Meth.
Never.
Right? But one thing with Meth, I feel like, I feel with me, it's like sometimes you feel like you still got something to prove. And then I guess because he's doing acting too, it's like, wait, hold up. I'm still an MC.
Right.
And let me show you. And he shows you every time. So I think Meth, and it's growth and development.
Sure.
Right? So a lot of people grow up in hip hop, even like artists grow up in hip hop, and, they nice, and this is what they do, and that's what they're going to do. I know what to do with this. But how many really be like, well, hold on. How can I take this further?
Right.
What can I say? And I feel the same way with beats. When I make my beats, it's like from Respect Mine to Mandingo, it's growth and development.
Sure.
You grow, you start understanding.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, so I think around the early 2000s, the whole notion of not writing it down, one take, that became very glorified, and it's cool in some respects. But when I hear some of these Meth verses, or when I hear like anybody who makes beats knows, like, it's not the first sequence you put together. You might start a beat with a loop, start adding things. Oh, this isn't right. And by the time you finish it, there might only be one thing that you started with, and then it went on in development. And when you like hear some of these intricate verses, that's not a one take thing. This is somebody who like sat, wrote, revised, edited, thought about that whole process. It's craftsmanship.
Yeah, like you said, it's craftsmanship, and you're right about that. Like I was never. Some people can rhyme off the top,
Sure.
which is dope, and some people may not need to put pen to paper,
Right.
but it's always better when you have a plan. It's always better when you do put pen to paper. Because imagine if they would have put pen to paper, what would have came? Because like you said, you can look at it, you can wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's nothing wrong with it. I think I thought it was bad when everybody was trying to do it, like, and they act like it's a flex.
Jay-Z was great at it. A lot of people, you could tell that it's like, yeah, hey, I didn't write this down. It's like, yeah, we can tell.
No, yeah, exactly. Like Mahomes could throw a pass behind his back, but I don't expect every quarterback to do that.
Right. Yeah. So this song has a AI music video. If you haven't seen it, you need to check this out because I'm right now personally, I'm obsessed with AI animation. It's something that I've been diving deep into for other projects.
Right.
Tell me about like how involved were you? Did you sort of have like insight that you gave in the beginning, or did they just hand something to you and you gave notes? Like what was that like?
Oh no, definitely involved. But this project, this has been the most I've been involved with any project ever. I've been involved on every level of it.
Okay.
Down to the video, to with as far as with the AI. I even had a couple of brothers like, don't do with the AI.
I get it. There's legitimate concerns.
Yeah, but nah. Because
but nah.
Yeah, because this is my vision. And it helps you to grow. You right now, you may not want to step into the future, but I'm gonna step into the future. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna limit myself. I'm gonna step into the future.
We're in the house of Will.i.am right now, and he's often said that like in terms of hip hop, like as an analogy, right now in the AI space, we're in like 1985. 1986, as it came to like sampling and all of that. And it was a technology that was new. It was scaring a lot of people. It was different. It broke all these rules. But then you had people who were not afraid to embrace it that started doing really crazy things with it. And when I see your music video, I'm like, this is exactly that. Because you can't tell me that it wasn't planned, that it doesn't have thought and care put into it. It's just new tools.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, and it's like, hey, listen, the same way, I posed the question yesterday. Like, what's the difference between having an animated video, somebody drawing your video out, and having an AI video?
Right.
Somebody came back and said, well, because, the animator took the time to draw it, but with AI, it's just taking from this, that, and pulling it together. But I'm like, wait, hold on. I drew too. I'm an artist. So a lot of times you draw what you see. So you pull in too.
I always say I have a friend she's very concerned about this, and she does some stuff in animation. She's like against it. I'm like, okay, so do you have problems with the animators coloring this using a computer? Because like nobody's hand painting anymore. It's not like 1950s, Walt Disney classic. We're using technology, so we're going on a little side tangent here.
Yeah.
Mathematics and Sean, advocates of AI. This is a safe space for AI.